There's already been so much energy this morning. I just invite everyone here and beyond to take a breath and invite yourselves to settle in as we say to each other, happy first week of Christmas season, happy holiday season, happy Hanukkah, happy Bodhi Day. It's all coming around and it's very exciting. And we could not be happier to have you with us today. And so, in addition to launching the holidays, we have so much to look forward to today because we have a new theme for this first week of December. The new monthly theme is living as wholeness. And this is most often because our speaker today is our own practitioner, Miss Katrina Dorow. And she is dedicated to living from knowing that we are perfect, whole, and complete in every living moment. She has a beautiful, powerful message for us today that I actually can't wait to have her share with you. And you can know as you listen to the music that she picked all of the music for you all to go with the message. And so in addition to that, some of you may or may not know, I just said like happy Hanukkah and happy Bodhi Day. Well, so Hanukkah starts before we get to next Sunday. Hanukkah actually starts on December the 7th. And that's the sacred season in Judaism that celebrates the birthright of spiritual freedom and that light casts out all darkness. So just take a moment to let that in with regard to the things that we've been talking about recently and realizing that the celebration that we're in is actually being blossomed through so many of the world's faiths right now, and we are actually all together in that. And finally, before we go into opening prayer this morning, there's one more wonderful blessing specifically for LCSL that I have to share with you all. Because, you know, often we talk about demonstrations in treatment, and it often happens when you have a demonstration in treatment that it is so well laid in that it will duplicate itself. And so one of the things that myself and our practitioners have been visioning and praying about is a bolstered practitioner team. And y'all know last week we officially announced Miss Tammy Evans, who is with us here this morning. And now we also get to tell you all that Miss Louise Talon, who I'm sure many of you remember, Louise has spoken for us before, and she is from the Lexington Church originally. She's joining us as a practitioner for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. We have demonstrated twice. And so I'm going to let Louise talk with you all during sharing time, because if we get started now, that'll be the whole talk. So stay with us if you'd like to welcome Louise and get to know her a little bit more. And so with all of that, now bringing the energy back down, take another breath, breathing in love and exhaling peace, as our speaker today has her way of coaching us in meditation. And as we settle into that space between the inhale and the exhale, we drop into the gap of grace. And I invite you to check in with your intention for being here today. Check in and see what palette of colors you're using. Check in and see also what quality of the divine are you living from and cultivating today. Collectively, our intention today is to open ourselves to wholeness, and especially to relax into allowing ourselves to be inspired and led by Katrina's very unique message. She's going to deepen our understanding of the wholeness of Gestalt and how she does that as a person working into becoming an equine therapist. And so with all of that in mind, we shift into opening prayer. And we open our prayers with thank you. Thank you, presence of life, for the gift of life, for the gift of love and law, that when we flow with it, adds everything else unto us effortlessly. I recognize the presence of spirit here now as the all that is all. I recognize that all as the I am of myself and each and every one of us. And from this alignment in mind, heart, and soul, I realize in my experience that LCSL is a work of spirit. And in this moment, that work of spirit is shining through Katrina as the word of the one, giving and receiving everything that is sought this day. Thank you, God, for this and so much more. I release it, I let it be, and so it is. And with that, we welcome each and every one of you to Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter, where we honor all paths to the divine, no matter where you've come from, no matter where you're going, no matter what your questions are, you're welcome here. And we're so, so grateful to have you sharing your journey with our community. And that brings us to our opening song, I Wish You Strength, by Janice Stanfield.
You know what would be really cool in the spirit of collaboration? If Christina could come on stage and co-perform with me. Would that be possible? Would you be willing, Christina? Now, how do we get you up here? Oh, Christopher. These NASA people, whoa. Happen to know this is aerospace audio. What is it called, Christopher, that you do?
Aeroacoustics.
Aeroacoustics. Thank you, Christopher. Oh, please come and stand right by me. Together. I wish you strength to rise unafraid, like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. So I wish you strength. I wish you faith that you'll overcome every mountain you face until your journey's done. Stronger than words, as certain as grace, I wish you faith. I wish you could see the you that I see there at the edge of possibility. I pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you faith that comes from within, a gentle release of all that might have been, like the stillness that waits between waking and sleep. I wish you peace. I wish you could see the you that I see there at the edge of possibility. Pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you strength to rise unafraid like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up this place. So I wish you strength. I wish you faith. I wish you peace. We wish you strength.
Such a profoundly beautiful follow-up to our workshop with Reverend Raymond. And I don't know, Katrina, if you consciously had that in mind, but I'm saying thank you so much. That was so awesome. And of course, this brings us to our mission and vision. Say with me if you prefer. The mission of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living is to teach personal transformation as a virtual community, living the principles of science of mind and celebrating all paths to God, which brings about our vision of a world that honors and respects all people. And of course, as we know, spiritual living is only as good as is applicable and we can relate to in our daily lives. So each week we have an application of what we believe. These are thoughts to put into practice and perhaps bring to discussion to be able to take deeper into your own experience. So this week, our application of what we believe is, I am a perfect idea in infinite mind. I am whole now. Wholeness is the only way the universe knows me. Whole is the way I see myself. And that is by Eric Butterworth. Which brings us to our reading and meditation with the practitioner of the week, Miss Bev Iyengar.
Thank you. For today, related to the idea of living wholeness, I'm using the introduction from Eugene Holden for the December issue of the Science of Mind magazine. It's on page 7, and we're going to use it for our meditation and contemplation today. So put yourself in a good place. Wiggle if you need to into your seat for comfort and join us, please. Living wholeness. Open your inner eye. To keep the high watch is to open the inner eye that sees beyond all appearance. Find out what this means to you, and then commit to seeing through the eye that sees the highest and best. For your contemplation, I keep my eye open to the highest and best in every moment. No matter the appearances, all I choose to see is God's greatest good for my life and for the lives of others. Living wholeness Be focused. We get what we focus on. Keeping the high watch is about focusing on the good we want to experience. You are a powerful and beautiful creator. Open your eye. Choose what you want to experience and keep your focus there, no matter what. For your contemplation, I am focused on the all good of God in my life. I know that what I focus on is manifested in my life. I am focused on love, grace, abundance, and peace. Be one. What does being one mean? Does it mean being one with only the things that suit us in the moment? Or does it mean being one with all of life? When we are one with all of life, we are one with all the good that there is to offer. For your contemplation, I am one with God. Therefore, I am one with all life has to offer. I am one with abundance. I am one with joy. I am one with peace. I am one with God. And finally, be grateful. Living wholeness comes from a state of profound gratitude. When you are grateful for everything, life presents more to be grateful for. From this state of gratitude, we see all that life is. Life is from the one. As you contemplate, I am the life of God. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for the air I breathe. I am grateful for friends and family. I am grateful for my health. Gratitude creates more for me to be grateful for. And so it is. Thank you. Our special music, There is a Place by Wild Roses.
There is a place where you can always go. Come with me, where it's all right to let your feelings show. Come with me. What a pleasant journey isn't very far. We can go together, stay right where you are. And now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. There is a place where you can be yourself. Come with me. And it's a place where you can free yourself. Come with me. And you know it's waiting, not so far away. Need no reservations, we could go today. Now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. And the light shines through each window, and the door is open wide, and each question has an answer if you'll only look inside. There is a place where every sorrow ends. Come with me. Where every hope and every truth begins. Come with me. What a pleasant journey, isn't very far. We can go together, stay right where you are. Now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. And now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart.
Just letting that beautiful voice find its place right here in your heart. And actually, in one way, what happens next needs no introduction at all. However, this is a new month. And so I said to Katrina, would you mind if I just do a little introduction anyway? And so I just want to remind everybody that our theme for 2023, the year, is Living Out Loud. The theme for December is Living as Wholeness. And today's topic is Wholeness, the gift of the present. And I love the double meaning there for Christmas season. And so with that, I turn this over to the beautiful, the miraculous Miss Katrina Dorow.
So wholeness, the universe is sending me quite a signal. I actually have 3 computers set here, and the technology in the first and the second one went out. So you are on my cell phone, and I'm just trusting the wholeness of this moment. So I am grateful for the fact that I printed out my outline so we can chat. But if I don't look straight at you, I apologize. With all this technology, it's a little different today than I had planned. So this topic is actually great for me because I am currently enrolled in a 2-year program. Yes, it is absolutely true. I am graduating in September of 2024 with the certification in wholeness. And my instructor is actually the renowned Melissa Pierce from Touched by a Horse. And as a reminder for those of you who have heard this in the past, I actually This is Melissa Pierce, and I'm not able to see the slide, so I'm going to read it here from my printout because it's on my phone and it's too little. But wholeness is a noun, a state of forming a complete and harmonious whole, unity. When a person has personal awareness of all of their parts of self, they are responsive, not reactionary. So Gestalt is a German word loosely translated as wholeness. Fitz Perls, the psychoanalyst who coined the term Gestalt therapy, understood that we could not be truly whole if we do not know the different parts of self in synergy with our personality. Wholeness of self in the present moment is the keystone of Gestalt. But Gestalt is more than a form of psychotherapy. Gestalt is a way of life in which we focus on the experience of now, referred to as the present moment. So that is from Melissa Pierce. In becoming an equine Gestaltist, I am complimenting my, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm super nervous that technology didn't work today. And I guess in my moment of wholeness, I'm just acknowledging that with each of you. So let me return to my centered place rather than being nervous that I won't be perfect in this moment, because it's all whole, right? So I have been diving into a variety of psychological and spiritual tools to embody this sense of wholeness. And Gestalt is one of those ways of flowing into wholeness today. So what I'd like to ask you is, what does wholeness mean to you? How do you define wholeness? Vernon, next slide. Thank you. So the Centers of Spiritual Living defines wholeness as the state of forming complete and harmonious whole, unity, the state of being unbroken or undamaged. So there is a spark of pure life, wholeness within each of us, within you. Ernest Holmes said, the spark which burns at the center of our own soul is caught from the living of the eternal flame of spirit. And that's in the Science of Mind textbook on 414. Our charge then is to recognize, nurture, and express the divine spark of wholeness. We kindle this flame by living from our own divine center, recognizing it in others, working for it in our own community and in the world, and looking in great ways looking to great way showers to inspire and guide us. In this, the universe knows us as whole. So we naturally are irresistibly drawn to wholeness. There is something within us that absolutely knows and yearns to discover that place of wholeness within us. And we recognize that it is our divine birthright to be whole, to live whole, to experience wholeness. And there is a level of consciousness within us that brings us towards that wholeness. That life of wholeness flows in and through and as us and brings us into a state of being whole and practicing this truth regularly. No matter what challenges we face, we always have infinite opportunities to see them rightly and to experience this healing and this knowing of wholeness. By our place in Spirit's heart and the power of our belief, we are invited to that perfect place of God being in that place of wholeness within us and through us and as us. So what I'm asking, after hearing the definition that was loosely translated through me, what is your definition of wholeness? What does wholeness mean to you? Thank you, Vernon. I love this affirmation. I am made in the image of the divine, living a whole life. So say it with me. I am made in the image of the divine, living a whole life. So Today we're going to talk about body, mind, and spirit. So body, our bodies are taken into wholeness when we listen to them and take care of them through healthy foods, ample rest, appropriate hydration, and listening to the messages that our bodies are telling us. Our bodies are a tool or a vehicle to teach us lessons. At times, our bodies need extra support to heal, to release past experiences, and to come into wholeness. Our bodies are human, individualized aspects of life that we all have the opportunity to love and care for through daily conscious action. Our path that I have had at times has created learning opportunities to care for and love for our bodies in order to stay alive. Consistently loving and caring for our bodies can support our experience of wholeness. So our bodies are also respond to our psychology, our physiology. And if we hold our bodies with confidence and we send the message to our brain to feel confident. So let's practice here together. So sit with your spine upright, shoulders back, head high, chin up. With your body in this posture, it is difficult to not breathe with confidence and not think of being confident. So let's try another one. Let's try smiling and holding our face in a position of happiness and excitement. It's possible that you might actually slightly be happier when you focus your attention on smiling. For those of you that attend service regularly, we often focus our attention on breathing deeply and consciously. This practice supports our bodies in coming into alignment and consciousness. So let's also remember to listen to our bodies and what they're telling you based on this deep support. So thank you. Our minds contribute to wholeness through thought, intention, living in the present moment. What we focus our attention on expands. So slide 3. According to my mentor, Kathy Hawk, and she's pictured here from Clarity International, our thoughts create an emotion. Our bodies respond to the vibration of our thoughts. So if our thoughts are positive and high vibration, there's a chemical reaction that occurs releasing hormones like serotonin and oxytocin, which flood our body, and it's the feel-good hormones. In contrast, if we're feeling stress, we go into a state of fight, flight, or freeze. And in doing so, we limit the amount of possibilities that we're able to see for ourselves because our brain chemistry changes. And so I can always tell when I am in a negative state of when my choices are limited. If I feel that infinite expansive thought or many possibilities are not available to me, I know that I have gone into a state, and that is a red flag warning for me that I must change my thinking and get self-regulated and support my brain in that higher level of functioning. So slide 4. Sometimes the best feeling thought looks like this. And there we go. Sometimes the best feeling thought looks like this. And to be honest with you, I encourage all of us to continue seeking and searching for that best feeling thought. Even in the middle of your emotions, standing in the truth of your pain, it's still wholeness. Even at the beginning of this talk, when I was completely nervous that technology wasn't supporting me, that is a state of wholeness. So this image on screen is a moment of truth for me. I was feeling, thinking, expressing my truth. The coach in this image was holding consciousness for me in a state of allowing those past wounds, that flawed thinking, that to bring me into a place of greater wholeness. This image captures an experiential process of flowing into wholeness. And I wish I could share with you the image after this moment, because I felt ease, grace, relief, joy, and all of these feelings of freedom, oneness, and wholeness. I'm grateful for the gift of being able to release that moment of pain and that false belief that I was experiencing. So Vicki and other practitioners, coaches, therapists support us in personal growth. Any of our amazing spiritual practitioners can support personal growth and healing in this spiritual classroom through private sessions. Specialists can offer awareness. What limiting beliefs or ideas have you held about your lack of wholeness that you are willing to release? Take a moment to breathe and release any limiting thinking. Letting go of any limiting beliefs. Allow more spaciousness for wholeness and oneness. Often our thoughts are created by a type of questions that we are asking ourselves. How can we create better feeling questions? My favorite question is, what am I grateful for? This question has a relatively high frequency, and it generates answers that are positive for me. Visioning is a powerful tool that our Louisville Center for Spiritual Living practices monthly. This quality of questioning leads us to our conscious alignment with ourself, with Source, and allows us to see Spirit's vision for us and about us, and expresses through our personal lives. We're asking these quality questions, and Vicki guides our congregation through these uplifting and delightful visioning processes. I always leave feeling inspired, motivated, and intentional in what I'm creating for myself in my life, in accordance to that communication that comes through me and expresses as God for me and about my life. So remembering positive experiences and imagining our intention is an optimistic way that supports us in feeling positive, which moves us towards another better feeling thought. When we embody wholeness, we attract unity in our lives. We begin to align and are congruent in our systems of body, mind, and spirit. This alignment is enhanced by nurturing our bodies, and our thoughts and our feelings, and becoming one in our personal field. Our near field of family, friends, and pets can positively support our present moment connection. Personal empowerment increases when we recognize that we are responsible for loving our own bodies, thinking positive thoughts, and allowing our positive emotions to express themselves. I am not suggesting that negative thoughts are bad or wrong. I am suggesting that these types of thoughts are less efficient, less effective. We all have emotions that it's our choice to make in our bodies, minds, that will shift us into a better being, a better experience of wholeness for us. So let's go into spirit. Spirit is the third aspect. So spiritual tools support us in connecting with Source, the divine, Spirit, Mother Nature, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you'd like to call it. That is that present infinite power. I recently completed the Essential Ernest Holmes course with many of you. And during that course, we practiced affirmation, meditation, spiritual mind treatment, guided imagery, meaningful conversation, and asking quality questions. What I know to be true for myself is to duplicate an experience that brings forth that sense of wholeness. When we duplicate experiences where I have felt connected with Source from the past, because it allows me to create that feeling and experience it in the present moment, it opens, it creates alignment, it creates synchronicity within us. The key to wholeness is to open yourself to allowing the wholeness to remain aligned and congruent in your mind, body, and spirit. It is with all three that flow effortlessly, supporting one another. Flowing into wholeness. Sometimes flow is easier than others. Flow into wholeness is based on a spiritual principle. What we know about spiritual principle is that it is duplicatable. Focus now on a moment where you were in flow and felt completely whole. If you cannot think of a time, imagine a time. Imagine yourself becoming and being completely whole. Imagine this wholeness from a place of love, self-compassion, and gratitude. Think about feeling whole and one with God, one with the universe. Breathe in that experience of wholeness and oneness. Feel the wholeness and unity of that experience. Embody it now. Remind yourself to repeat this practice of visualization and wholeness. Remember to repeat it. When you practice this tool, it raises your connection with Source and creates an integration and alignment with your mind and body. Plus, you're doing as intended. You will feel good. Focusing on the positive past or the optimistic future envisioning are tools to support us in changing our state. Learning from past experiences to fine-tune today can be helpful. What I find is that living in the past or in the future can cause us to miss the gift of the present moment. If we're not consciously aware of what's going on in the present moment. Our lives are most effective when we live in the present moment rather than the past or the future. Part of our personal power is to choose the tool that we utilize to turn our attention towards a present moment. Awareness of our current body, mind, spirit indicates to us if we are in alignment, congruent, and grounded in wholeness. Source is available to us in the present moment. Clarity, healing, wholeness, unity, love, peace, joy, abundance, and so on are all in the present moment. They are the gifts in the present moment. Our lives are most effective when we live in the present moment with conscious awareness. Breathe into the present moment with conscious awareness of wholeness and oneness with Source. We have this gift right now, right here, to focus our attention on this Zoom call, connected with one another. And I love this present moment right here, right now. The gift of the moment of each of you, seeing the expressions on your faces, watching as your posture improved, seeing the smiles on your faces as we practiced experiential physiology together, and feeling the energy as you contemplate the words that I'm speaking as we talk. I feel that wholeness. I feel that oneness right now with deep gratitude for the opportunity to connect with you in this virtual way. And how amazing is wholeness that when my home internet goes down, that I'm still able to communicate on data services. That is a moment of wholeness. That is a moment of consciousness that we together collectively have come into this place of this awesomeness. I love seeing the divine in this moment with each of you. And as Ernest Holmes would say, in Spiritual Awareness on page 74, every person represents an individualization of universal wholeness, the love, the peace, the joy, and freedom of spirit. The power of the spirit expresses through every atom of our being now and in the moment. So I'd like to go ahead and move to slide 6. I feel present and connected with Source when I am in nature, and especially when I am with horses. This image was captured by a friend of mine while Boots and I were completely present in the moment. I was grounded, connected to Mother Nature, and aligned and congruent in my personal field while remaining in wholeness with another being. As you can see, we both are unified with wholeness and oneness, with the infinite. That is one with those God moments or those God winks where all of the universe comes together and aligns to support the highest and good. This moment led to a series of synchronicities of abundant good unfolding for me. This moment led me into creativity, motivation, and healing. This moment was a gift. This is the gift of the present moment. My artist friends feel connected with Source or feel wholeness when they are creating art. Musicians like George or Melba from our community probably feel wholeness when they're playing their music. If you are not sure what you're passionate about, try on a few new things. A few years ago, my athletic husband discovered cycling. His love for life and connection with wholeness is outstanding when he is experiencing and cycling, going on these bike rides throughout the mountains or throughout the neighborhood. The important part of wholeness is to acknowledge that it shows up as an individual expression of self. It is not the same for everyone. We utilize these spiritual tools as principles to experience the variety of God's expression in wholeness through and as us. As you go through your day today, remember the gift of the present moment. Focus on being present with Source, self, and others. Allow yourself to receive the gift of the present moment. Vicki, please lead us in prayer.
And it is so much my pleasure and my privilege to take up this powerful word handed from Katrina. The word and the gift has already been fulfilled in the law. This we know. And yet we take this time to practice what we know to be affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, not because the gift has not already been given, but because it attunes our bodies, as Katrina so eloquently demonstrated for us today. This practice of walking through this structure called the 5 steps of treatment allows for that alignment to stay tuned effortlessly. So I do invite you, walking through this prayer, to notice the 5 steps. I recognize one life, one love, one infinite presence that is continually emerged and emergent in, through, and as us. Love and law that meets us where we show up. And as it is the all that is all, I am unified with it. Step 2. And as I am unified in mind, heart, and soul, I realize, step 3, in my experience, the fulfillment of every word spoken as given by Katrina and every word received by everyone hearing the sound of our voices, everyone being touched by this sharing. And as I recognize it, I am ready to experience it in the fulfillment at a body level in the forms of our lives, saying, grateful, thank you, thank you, thank you. God paid forward that it is already done. Step 4. And we release. Take that breath, open your arms, open your heart and mind, and let it go. Step 5. And so we let it be, and so it is.
And that brings us today to our announcements. We welcome this holiday season as you're giving this is shared with us as a part of your affirming your prosperity, we say thank you for this holiday season. We say thank you for those of you that have participated in Giving Tuesday as a part of your commitment to your prosperity and the prosperity of our community. May we affirm together at this time our prosperity affirmation for December. May all be happy and healthy. May all be safe and free. May all be abundant. And may all live with grace and ease.
Thank you, Bev. And once again, it is my pleasure to receive the power of this word already spoken that blesses and prospers all of the giving and receiving in form, and most especially in this moment in financial form. As we know, abundance is among the most measurable things that we have in human terms, financially and in our health and in our wealth of being connected to each other in our families and the incredible opportunities that we have. And in this moment, I know that all of that is flowing through this basket to be multiplied tenfold. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. We release it to return fulfilled. We let it be, and so it is.
And now for our announcements. We want to tell you a personal and group appreciation for participating in Giving Tuesday. LCSL was blessed with $1,500 of unexpected income. Put your hand to your heart and know that we are all so grateful. I'm going to let Vicki give a invitation for anyone interested in being a participant on our board.
Thank you, Bev. Actually, the word has already been spoken as well. However, I will lend to that we have such a dynamic time in our lives that's happening right now, and we so appreciate the board members that we have that keep us balanced. As I've said before, two wings of one bird. You have the spiritual aspect, and then you have literally the business aspect and the financial health of our community. Being a director of that takes conscious participation, it takes intention. And so each of our board members is a part of that process. And so if you're interested in helping us keep the actual structure of the center stronger, this is one way to serve. And you can ease into it. You can come to a board meeting or two and see how it is for you. We work in such a way that our priorities are that each of us take care of ourselves first. So we are not going to ask you to do something that detracts from the foundation of what you need to do for yourself and your family on any level. So just let us know. And we're saying this one more time right now, because for this year, this is the last opportunity that you'll see this particular message. That's why we're doing it today. And you can go to the next message, the next announcement now.
Thank you. So our first Wednesday spiritual connection is coming up, where members of our recent class on the Essential Earnest Homes will be sharing their projects. You don't want to miss this. They've been pretty special. Of course, you might have gotten the glimpse. No, you might have had some of that sharing happening today as Katrina shared her message with us. But there are others who are also very interested in sharing with you the spiritual outcomes for them as a part of this process. First Wednesday, spiritual connection, and we are not forgetting the men's group coming up this Thursday, December the 7th at 6:30 on our regular, how do you say it, Vicki?
Zoom link.
Thank you. Our regular Zoom link. And we are also not forgetting that our new speaker for December the 10th is our renowned and special spiritual director, Vicki Jeter. We will be talking about embracing the wholeness and seeing the good in all, our continuing theme for December.
And this is one of those ones I was telling Bev before we started today that there were some interjections, and this is one of them. So we now have our next holiday movie night set. This will be, of course, the last movie night for 2023, believe it or not. And we landed on Miracle on 34th Street. However, I don't know how many of you might be aware of the version with Sebastian Cabot. We all like the original version too, but this version was really very difficult to find, and it is one of my favorite versions. I hope that everyone can make room to come and enjoy this with us. Friday, December the 15th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on this Zoom. Absolutely. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your favorite treat and your favorite hot beverage or Coke or whatever you'd like to have. And let's just really have fun with this movie. It's got lovely music. It's got a lovely spiritual message. And we just invite you to come and share in the holiday spirit with us.
I believe, Vicki, that takes us to our upcoming class, The Power of the Pivots. And this is a class that is open and free to anyone who is interested in pursuing this additional opportunity for reimagining ourselves and reimagining the concept of justice.
Yes, indeed. So there is a link from home office that registers you for this class. There is no charge. If you're interested in joining, this is going to be every Tuesday evening in January. And there's actually 5 Tuesdays. There's 4 pivots, and each week they'll do a pivot. And then the 5th week will be a recap. It's extremely powerful and a fantastic opportunity for that larger connection of who CSL is and what we're about. So just let me know if you would like to register for this. It's a little bit of an interesting process to get registered. They just need your email so that they can send you materials along the way through that event.
Thank you. Vicki, I believe I need a support on the next item on announcements. There it is.
And thank you, Bev. And so this is new. The first convention for 2024, again, through CSL National, is going to physically be in Charleston, South Carolina, which is exciting because they haven't had one on the East Coast that we might be able to get to easily from here. This is the first one in a while. It's from February the 19th through the 22nd of 2024. And you can go either in person, or they will also have a Zoom option. If you attend by Zoom, the investment is about half as much. And I know I don't have the amounts here, but if you're interested, let me know, and I will be happy to get you all the information you could possibly need. If you attend by Zoom, we get to hear the speakers only. You can't do the workshops by Zoom, but they're going to have some fabulous speakers. So just that. If you think that you might like to plug in at the very beginning, this will be after 4 pivots. So you could go from 4 pivots right into a convention and really get plugged in to start your year. And we can go ahead to the next one.
Yes, indeed. As usual, we invite you, please, to stay after the benediction and join us in sharing time. And then, as we generally do, we close with some very important words. So get your arms ready, get ready to hold them up in the air, and renounce to all of us that you
are
are
magnificent.
magnificent. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Our closing song is now.
Tiny drops of water bouncing on my roof, drumming out a song of love, pounding out the truth. You send them to remind me, one for every blessing on me, and oh, they keep coming, overflowing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day. In the rush of freeway traffic, in the hush of a sunset, you get my attention, I'm listening. It's a private conversation, you and I in a one vibration, and oh, it moves me so amazing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day. There is no one like you. Every day. There is no one like you. Every day. You love me. Every day. You love me. Every day your goodness finds me. Every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day, every day, oh, every day, every day, every day, every day.
Once again, take a breath to allow that to just melt into your being. As we move into our benediction, dear Mother, Father, God, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let the heart within every being be lit with divine love. Let me dance through this sacred season with the eyes, ears, and faith of a child, guided by holy light. Amen.